Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to take a deep look at how XRP may move throughout the year 2026, and more importantly, how investors can approach this market in a realistic and strategic way from a full investment and trading perspective. Before we begin, there's one important thing I need to say. This video is not investment advice, nor is it a guaranteed prediction of the future. It is a reference analysis based on market structure, price behavior, and multiple perspectives including Vedic astrology. All investment decisions should be made based on your own judgment and responsibility. Now, let's start by looking at the bigger picture for XRP in 2026. XRP in 2026 stands at a completely different position compared to the past. For years, the biggest factor suppressing XRP was regulation, especially the legal battle with the U.S. SEC. However, as we moved through 2025, this issue gradually shifted in market perception from a source of fear to something that was largely priced in. As we enter 2026, regulation becomes less of a dominant force in determining XRP's price direction. This is extremely important, because markets always price in uncertainty first. Once uncertainty fades, attention shifts toward value, structure, and long-term potential. And this is exactly the point where XRP begins to be re-evaluated as an asset. Another major trend heading into 2026 is institutional access and participation. XRP-related ETFs, financial products accessible to institutions, and its role in payment and settlement infrastructure don't necessarily mean an immediate price explosion. Instead, they provide something far more important. They anchor XRP within the financial system for the long term. Now let's move into a deeper layer of analysis using Vedic astrology, or Jyotish. In Vedic astrology, financial markets are not viewed as simple up and down price movements. They are seen as cycles of time, periods of expansion, volatility, consolidation, and stabilization. The defining characteristic of XRP in 2026 is this: it is not a one-directional, one-shot market. It is a year where structure is built gradually through repeated fluctuations. Let's begin with the first phase, January through March of 2026. This period is heavily influenced by Mars. In Vedic astrology, Mars represents speed, aggression, impulse, and excessive confidence. In market terms, this translates into heightened emotional reactions. Prices may overreact to minor news, with sharp spikes followed by sudden pullbacks. XRP is unlikely to be immune to this behavior. On the 4-hour chart, we may see frequent directional shifts and long wicks. On the 2-hour time frame, liquidations and stop-loss cascades can occur in rapid succession. This is why the most dangerous strategy during this phase is all-in conviction trading. The most effective approach is the opposite, building positions slowly, in small portions, allowing the market to reveal its structure over time. Early 2026 is not about maximizing profits. It's about preparing positions that can survive the entire year. Now let's move into the second phase, from spring into summer. During this period, the influence of Jupiter becomes increasingly strong. Jupiter represents expansion, growth, trust, and institutional legitimacy. This energy aligns extremely well with XRP. XRP is not a speculative meme asset, it is designed to integrate with financial systems. During this phase, the market's central question changes. It shifts from, will this go up? To, how far can this asset expand? On the charts, this often appears as higher highs and higher lows, the early formation of a trend. However, this rise is unlikely to be explosive or vertical. Jupiter's growth tends to unfold in steps, with advances followed by pauses and pullbacks. This is where many investors feel impatient. But those who remain disciplined and hold on to positions built earlier are often the ones who benefit most. Finally, let's look at the second half of 2026, from September toward the end of the year. This phase is influenced by Saturn. Saturn represents restriction, responsibility, discipline, and reality. When Saturn's energy dominates, markets do not tolerate excess. Overheated assets are cooled down, while structurally sound assets are stabilized rather than allowed to collapse. For XRP, this becomes a crucial period of consolidation and decision-making. If you're already sitting on meaningful profits, this is the time to reduce risk, lock in gains, and manage exposure carefully. The most dangerous mindset under Saturn is the thought of, just a little more. Those who protect profits during this phase are the ones who survive into the next cycle. To summarize, XRP in 2026 is not a get-rich-overnight asset. It is an asset that can deliver meaningful results when approached with planning and discipline. The year begins with volatility, moves into structural direction, and ends with consolidation and preservation. That's why the core principle for XRP in 2026 is not prediction, but response, not courage, but planning. Enter in portions, exit in portions, step back when the market becomes euphoric, and stay calm when fear takes over. By following these principles, 2026 has a strong chance of being a constructive and rewarding year for XRP investors. In the next video, we'll break this Vedic astrology framework down month by month, focusing specifically on high-risk periods and opportunity windows. Thank you for watching.